A return to the Bratacombs, a different area in the Bratacombs this time. Hope you're not feeling foul. I'm going to double whammy this, if you will, and I will get to what I read in March and what I'm hoping, I should say, to read in April, because there are going to be some holdovers from this month or from last month into this month. This is this is obviously very professional, folks. All right, to what I've read. Song of Arbonne, great book by Guy Gavriel Kay. It is a historical fantasy, only this is a bastardized history of the Italian slash French troubadours with the appropriate political intrigue. However, this takes place on a fantasy world, and that it's not the world we know. It's an entirely different planet with, excuse me, with two moons. But very worthy read. Very much enjoyed it. It was actually a relatively quick read for a Guy Gavriel Kay. It's one of those that you need to pay a little bit of attention to. Next was a reread. Read this many years ago. Interview with a Vampire. Vampire story with philosophical thoughts in it concerning life and death and long life and too long life, with bloodsuckers as your guides. But a very, very good, another very good read. As I say, a reread. Then there was The Last Kingdom by Steve Berry. This is a sort of historical fantasy in that supposedly in his last years, the Mad King Ludwig of Neuschwanstein Castle fame was looking for a new kingdom, the last kingdom of the title in the book, and found it in a series of tropical islands that now belong to the United States. And if the document can be found that proves this, well, it could be bad for economies of either, let's see, I think it's Russia and Japan and China and the United States that are all looking for it. So it's a rush to find out what that is or where that is. Next, I finished the Mitch Rapp novel by Kyle Mills, who continued on after Vince Flynn passed away. And this is your basic boilerplate sort of, I wouldn't call it spy, but, it is under covert operations, that has Mitch a not so good chip that is cashed in by a would-be enemy and may still be an enemy. So on to what I didn't finish this time around. I would hoped to get through Peril's Gate by Jenny Wirtz. As you can see, I'm, maybe 10% through it. Just didn't have a whole lot of time. There were some medical issues with the family that doesn't really put you in the mind of reading so much, so the reading kind of stopped there. You can see Silverthorn. I just got to the point where I found out who or what or where Silverthorn is, and hopefully you can see I'm roughly halfway through at this point, so I will continue reading those. Yes, I will continue reading those. What I didn't get to is this, dealing with a more AI issue with the Kurt Austin and Company. Again, I expect it's going to be basic boilerplate, Clive Cussler-ish. It's amazing how this guy keeps writing books after he's passed, but so does Vince Flynn. So what the heck? And I didn't get to, that's Mitch Rapp. I'm forgetting the guy's name here. Scott Harvath. Basically the same sort of thing as the other one, boilerplate, spy-ish. Although this guy is kind of more of a, as I recall, running a group operation for, well, most of the U.S. government, but kind of whoever will pay as long as it's not an enemy to the United States. So, other than those two, all these books that I did not get to, I'm going to stack them on top of my to be read. But adding to it for this month is book three of the Drift War saga, which comes right after Silverthorn. Next on that then is Return to Edan, the final book in the Edan trilogy by Philip Chase. I would recommend this to anyone who is interested in well, Dr. Chase has an extensive background in Middle English and Viking type history, and as uses it to great effect in this series. And there might even be a dragon or some such in there as well. And I'm looking forward to getting to that and finishing it. Sundered Nation Trilogy, Book 2 by Von Roycroft. I finished the first book in this a while ago. I will read this really quick. The gods favor the bold, they say, and Valdan believed it. His boldness had led him to a victory against the Spali, earned him the Futhark sword, and made him the Lion Lord of Amalus. Now he sought the power to lead his clan back to glory and to bring those who oppressed his people to justice. That's basically what happened in the first book and what his plan is for this book. Finally, I hope to get to The Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames. This sounds really cool. It's like getting a rock band back together again in the form of old mercenaries with one last adventure before they hang up their swords or mattocks or battle axes or what have you. That's about it. I hope to actually get through most of these, but we shall see what happens. One never knows what the hell life is going to throw at you. So that's it from the Radicomes for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, folks.